Korea and U.S. cultural differences. Despite the many striking similarities, there are myriad of cultural differences between the East and the West. Living in Korea and the U.S., I can attest to the plethora of such differences. Those differences reflect how Koreans and Americans perceive things differently. The way of disciplining a child is a good example. For instance, American parents usually ground a badly behaving boy by confining him in his room, probably with no TV or computer. On the other hand, the Korean parents punish a bad boy by casting him out of the house temporarily. Recently, someone came up with an intriguing interpretation. The American way of punishment is taking away the child's freedom, and the Korean way of punishment is depriving the child of his sense of stability and comfort. It is true that Americans value individual freedom, whereas Koreans attach importance to a sense of stability and comfort, both physical and psychological. Another intriguing cultural difference between America and Korea is the perception of diversity. Traditionally, Koreans prefer the idea of unity to diversity and homogeneity to heterogeneity. Perhaps the Korean people worry that diversity might hamper unity and thus cause division and chaos. However, since South Korea has recently decided to welcome foreign immigrants, Koreans should embrace diversity from now on. On the other hand, as a country of immigration, Americans prefer cultural and ethnic diversity. Of course, the conservatives do not like the diversity. For example, Texas, which is a conservative state, does not approve of DEI, that is, diversity, equity, and inclusion at workplaces. In the eyes of conservative administrators in Texas, it is not fair if the decision to hire someone consider their background as an ethnic minority. They argue that competence and ability are more important than one's ethnicity. Still, however, diversity is the essence of America. Indeed, it is an outstanding characteristic and virtue of the U.S. In the American movie Divergent, for example, the leader of the outside world said, "We created faction to ensure peace, but we believe there will be those among you who will transcend this faction." These will be the divergent. They are vital to humanity's survival. Indeed, diversity can make a monochromatic world colorful, which is vital to human lives.